Hey guys, and welcome to FIFA 13 Predicts. This week we have Arsenal versus Tottenham on Saturday the 17th of November at the Emirates Stadium. So this is the North London derby, which is often quite a violent encounter. So it will be a very intriguing game, and it'll be interesting to see how it goes. If we look at the head-to-head from the last 6 games, now this is including all competitions. Last time I did it for just Premier League, but this time it's all competitions. Arsenal have won 2, drawn 1 and lost 3, which is surprising when I found it out, because I thought this would be a fixture which Arsenal dominate in, but it turns out that it hasn't been. They've scored 16 and conceded 13, and the same for Tottenham, have scored 13 and conceded 16. And the top scorer between this fixture in the last 6 games is Samir Nasri, which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting it to be Robin van Persie, but he comes out with, I think it was 2 goals. But the overall person that came out the most, with the most goals, was Samir Nasri. I think Van der Vaart had 3, but it was very close actually. There were about 20 different, not 20, there were about 16 or 17 different goal scorers in the last 6 games, which is an awful lot. I think Bale had 2. But Van der Vaart definitely had 3, Van Persie had 2, I think Walcott may have had 3, but I'm not 100% sure. But Samir Nasri was definitely the highest scorer in the last 6 games. We've got the match day turned on today, as always. Arsenal's defence is a little bit out of form, but so is Tottenham's, so that doesn't really matter. If we take a look at the top 5 scorers in the current season, it's pretty even, to be honest. We have Gervinho and Santi Cazorla as the 2 biggest scorers for Arsenal, and then Defoe and Bale as the biggest scorers for Tottenham. And the other 3 are players which are getting goals, but very steadily by the looks of things. So it's looking to be kind of a steady scoring game, perhaps, in real life, although it depends what FIFA really says about it. Because FIFA is bullshit and completely useless at predicting things most of the time. It has managed to predict the odd thing for me correctly, but most of the things it's awful at predicting at. But hey, you know, we'll see what it throws out at us today. So this is Arsenal versus Tottenham at the Emirates Stadium. I think it's being played at 12:45 on Saturday, so it will be the lunchtime game. And or is it the 5 o'clock? No, it's definitely the lunchtime game, so it should be quite interesting. Now, on to our first highlight here. This is Gareth Bale. Now, this is interesting, because he scores. However, the referee says, no, that's not going to be a goal. We'll give you a penalty instead. And he books Bakary Sagna. And if we just take another look at this, it is definitely a penalty. But to be honest, if that was in real life, the ref would have just given the goal, to be honest. Would you know it, Defoe hits the post, and it's completely hard done for Tottenham, because they've pretty much scored but got it disallowed for a penalty, then missed the penalty. But then a couple of seconds later, Aaron Lennon slots it into the bottom corner of the net inside the first 11 minutes, which is quite early. I don't think Tottenham will score that early in the game, and then they score again 5 minutes later. But this is incredibly dodgy, because the ball comes into Defoe, and the Arsenal defender headers it to the keeper, except then it goes to Szczesny, and then Szczesny misses it. It's kind of, Defoe pretty much fouls Szczesny as well, which is pretty ridiculous. But it was 2-0 to Tottenham. And then this is a beautiful turn there from Giroud, which is kind of unexpected. But Giroud scores in the 39th minute for Arsenal to make it 2-1. And Oliver Giroud, let's be honest, he hasn't been that good at all for Arsenal this season. I don't see him scoring on Saturday at all. I don't see many goals, to be honest, either. That's a brilliant turn, that. And yeah, I don't really see a lot of goals at all. I can see it maybe being 2-2, 3-2 at most, but not, as much as FIFA's saying. And this is very unlucky, to be honest. I have a lot of sympathy for Brad Friedel here, despite the fact that he's 41, 42, however old he is these days. But Mikel Arteta does score past him. But what actually happens is he goes to shoot Mikel Arteta and does, and then the ball kind of bounces off Friedel's hand, which is incredibly unlucky because I've been in goal before and that's happened to me. And it kind of is Brad Friedel's fault, but it really does feel bad for the actual keeper themselves, which is quite unfortunate, you know. And that cross there is just a wonderful cross for Gareth Bale, who headers it in the 71st minute to make it 3-2 to Tottenham, which is not what I was expecting. But, you know, what can you do really? It's FIFA. It's always going to throw madness at you, to be honest. And then Arsenal get another goal, which is quite similar, another cross in for Giroud again, which I can guarantee he probably won't score 2 goals on Saturday, because it's just not in him to do that, which it just isn't. And then this one now is the winning goal, and surprise, surprise, it's from the former Arsenal player Adebayor. Now, if that happens on Saturday, literally, he's going to get slated by the Arsenal fans, and it's at the Emirates as well. So, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if you know, he gets things thrown at him, if he even scores a goal anyway. Even if it's 10-1 to Arsenal and Adebayor scores 1 goal, Adebayor will still probably get slated for even scoring against them. Hopefully he won't do what he did when he played for Man City and run down the pitch to the other end just to celebrate in front of the Arsenal fans, because that was like ridiculous. So of course the game finishes 4-3 to Spurs, which I think maybe it's a bit too much of a goal fest to what FIFA's actually saying it's going to be. But you know, it's, again, I've said this so many times this episode, I need to stop saying it. It's FIFA. It's just, it's not inaccurate. It's almost adventurous in how it predicts its outcomes. But if we take a look at the match facts, it's actually quite an even game. The shot count's around about the same, as is the on target. However, Arsenal have much more possession, which suggests that they could have had more chances but just haven't managed to create them, which is quite similar to Arsenal in real life. They do struggle to do stuff with their possession, which is a bit unfortunate. And Arsenal's pass accuracy was better than Tottenham's, but Tottenham's shot accuracy was better, which is probably why Tottenham won in the end. So FIFA 13 predicts Arsenal 3, Tottenham 4, but I predict Arsenal 2, Tottenham 2, because I can't see these two teams splitting each other. Arsenal are in bad form, and of course Tottenham are hit and miss at the moment. Next week we have Chelsea versus Manchester City. That should be a fantastic game, because that will be the battle between trying to chase Man United at the top of the league. That's it for today, guys. If you'd like to leave a like and give a comment, you know, just about how the series is going, it'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you, and see you next time.